Recon Africa is a big E exploration, and that's part of our DNA. That's part of what we love to do. Um, and I often get asked why exploration, why the high risk exploration, and it comes down to having a tremendous passion to find and create new pathways to develop resources, and not everybody's suited for that. We are. We've done it before. We've drilled high profile wells in other jurisdictions, found a lot of oil. But at the very basis of what we do, we have a tremendous sense of curiosity to help solving the puzzle of finding oil and gas. So, for investors, there are very few opportunities like that globally. And I don't say that very lightly. We are probably one of the only small and mid-cap companies doing big exploration onshore. And that represents a very unique investment proposition for the investors for the right risk tolerance. I love exploration. I love opening new plays. I love building value for shareholders. I've been in this role for 2 years as CEO. Really came on to reshape the company top to bottom, strategically, operationally, and directionally. And we've done that in the last 2 years. We've reshaped the board of directors. I've brought in an excellent executive team around me, which I'm super proud of. And we reshuffled the technical team. So the company is really a new company from 2 years ago in every dimension. So I'm super pleased where we are. Very happy with the strategic trajectory we're on right now. And we'll talk about that in a few moments. But Recon's in a great spot for our shareholders. Our principal driver is to create long-term sustainable shareholder value. And you do that by drilling wells, finding oil, converting reserves to production and cash flow. That's our goal. We want to create long-term sustainable value for our shareholders. At the very fundamental level, the technical work drives where we go. The geology drives where we go, and where's the commercial aspect of the geology. So that's always going to be a forefront of what we do. And the best example of that is our drilling program in Namibia. After Nagopo well, we planned to go to another prospect. But what we saw on Nagopo, with the encouragement we saw on Nagopo, really made us shift the drilling schedule. And we reprioritized it to go to Kavango. So that's a technically driven decision. So that's at the base of everything we do. So what we want to do is develop a portfolio of opportunity to have selection. That's what we ultimately want to be in. We don't want to be in a one-shot pony. So, Gabon is going to provide that. It provides a field, it provides appraisal, and it provides exploration. And what we want to do is have a portfolio that's fully mature and drill the best prospects that create the most value for shareholders on the appropriate timeline. We've held over 2,500 stakeholder engagement meetings since we've been there. And we've also employed about 2,500 people since we started drilling on a contract basis as we drill. So we're providing employment for the local communities there. We support almost 17 scholarships in country, 10 STEM, engineering and science, and then 7 nursing scholarships up in the Kavango region. But also what we've done, which we're very proud of, we drilled 36 solar-powered water wells in villages that didn't have potable water. So this is a part of the investment that's generational. And these villages never had access to fresh water before Recon came along. So we're very proud of that component of our program as well. We have strong support, and hopefully we're going to create a lot of value for that country in the future. We just signed a MOU in Angola, offsetting our acreage in Namibia. That's probably next in the queue in terms of activity. We plan to commence a analysis of oil seeps on the Angola side here in the next 6 to 8 months, and that'll start telling us what the potential of that region is. We have a 2-year MOU on Angola, so we do have time on this. Kavango wells are a really important well for the company. We spud it on time, end of July. The operations are going really well. Really proud of the team in country that's on site, and the rig is performing very well. We have about 1,500 to 1,800 meters of Atavi to drill through. So a very thick section. We still expect to have total depth in the well reached by the end of November, and then results to the market by the end of the year. We got in at a very low cost of entry with a minimal work commitment over 4-year periods. We have time to explore on this. We also see the near-term production potential. There is a discovered field on the block that we have. We want to look at that really closely, and it represents an opportunity for us to accelerate production and reserves into the company. And this particular field is about 10 kilometers away from existing infrastructure. So it's a really quick tie-in, a low cost. So it continues our theme of getting in areas where there's low cost of production. But it also really shifts the risk profile of Recon to some degree. Right now, we're Big E in Namibia and Angola. This one has Big E to it, but also has production and appraisal. So it really smooths out the risk profile of the company, but it also gives us line of sight to cash flow. If we like this field and we get a well on it next year, we could have production in about 6 months after that. All my background is offshore. I've had a great fortune of finding a lot of oil and offshore, as well as my team. So this is a natural progression for us in many ways, a natural progression of the kind of risk profile, which I really like, natural progression of getting to cash flow, which is what we want. And we're still not getting away from the Big E DNA aspect of Recon. That's always going to be part of us. And I think there's a Big E component of that on the Gabon block. And but we're doing it in a style that's really aligned with our expertise that we currently have in the company. And we plan to get at this really quickly. And it's almost Gulf of Mexico style exploration. This is a Gulf of Mexico 101, as I describe it. We go in, we're in a producing province. We're going to apply state-of-the-art seismic reprocessing to older data sets and reinvent new plays. I think we can build a real business there. It's really a brownfield sort of playing field where you can get into fields that are either producing or discovered and near production and bring them on quickly. But also what I liked about it was Gabon's somewhat of a counter-cyclical entry point. Right now there's a lot of focus on other countries in West Africa, Angola, Namibia. The spotlight's a little bit off Gabon. So to me, that's a good entry point. And we see a lot of deal flow in this country. So we like it. The one thing I'll emphasize is, we view this as a transformational acquisition for Recon to become a pure play company. We're going offshore, which really plays to a lot of our team's background, my background, and the exploration team's background. So I like what we're doing. I like the risk profile, and I think we're going to be able to produce a lot of oil there and create a lot of value for our shareholders in a short period of time. We have a very active M&A group. We look at deals. We have a funnel of deals coming in. We have our parameters set in terms of what we want, but it's active, it's dynamic, and Gabon was an artifact of that process as well. So we're going to continue to look. If the right opportunity comes forward, we'll take a very hard look at it and see if it fits our profile. You really want to have a portfolio of opportunities and get the right one that fits your needs right now. We are a Big E exploration that comes with risk. It comes with time to production and time to crystallize value. So you don't want to have too many of those stacked up. You want to have some that have a lower risk profile, shorter cycle time to production. So, it's a mixture, and it really is trying to get the right profile so you get shareholder value recognized soon, and it's accretive going forward.